Governor Gavin Newsom was roasted online. You and I saw this the other day and talked about it, but his online for his bizarre AI-created reaction to being called out for sitting in a testicle-crushing pose during an interview. Democracy requires flexibility, Governor Newsom's press office wrote in a caption to the post. You showed me this the other day, and you're right. That is a deep leg cross. Only compared to that is the guy sitting next to him.
Well, he's from the Times. He's from the New York Times, so he has to present with his leg crossed.
Yeah.
They do it in the animal kingdom. It's like when a woman wants to get fucked.
Oh, presenting.
She presents.
Yes.
It's called presenting.
Tail goes up.
It's progressive presenting. I want to say to my audience, here's who I am. Now, here's how you know it's bullshit. And all these people. I think we'll give Obama the credit for being the Rosa Parks of the deep leg cross. Mm-hmm. He said, no, I'm not going to sit with my knees apart. I know I cross my legs like a chick, but that's because I'm super sensitive, and I'm going to present that way. So he is the grandfather, Obama, of the deep leg cross. Since all progressive politicians look at Obama as sort of the poster child for all progressive politicians, they then want to mimic them as well. Now, here's how you know these guys don't sit this way. When they do interviews and they're not in front of an audience, they often sit in a normal fashion. But when they face the audience, they present with the deep leg cross. They'll cross their legs in interviews as well, but it's 100% when they're in front of an audience. So what we're saying is to the New York Times crowd, hey, I am down with your progressive bullshit. Watch how far I can cross my legs. And then the guys from the New York Times is like, I cross my legs that way too because I'm from the New York Times. And then what Newsom does is he goes, I'm going to go for a deeper leg cross. I want you to show that I'm more progressive. Here's my challenge. Gavin Newsom is 57 years old or something. Can we find pictures of him in his 30s doing a deep leg cross?
No.
Well, why do you change? You can find pictures of me when I'm 7 crossing my legs the same way I cross my legs now. Who changes the way they cross their legs unless there's some sort of psychological thing going on where you are presenting to the audience? And what are the chances that every single one of you dudes sits like a chick? And it's 100%. It's 100% progressive dudes.
I wonder if there is an epidemic where guys are seeing this, like you talked about, I have to, align with this group, so now I'm starting to cross my legs like that. But how come guys don't notice it? I notice when guys do it that they, great Photoshop.
Right.
But when I see guys that do it, they don't recognize that they're doing it and think to themselves, I'm smashing my balls into my thighs. Why don't I uncross my legs? But they continue to sit like that, and it's gotta be torquing on your ball sack.
I'm telling you. It is. So here's the deal. There's the tons of yarn or string bracelets. That's the one way you present. Mm-hmm. You just wear, like, if you're not flexible enough to do a super deep leg cross, you just wear a whole bunch of stupid yarn bracelets that your fucking daughter made you, and you walk around with that. And then I'll let you know how I think and how progressive I am and how inclusive I am and so on and so forth. Now, the right-leaning version of that is I take the Oakley blades and I put them upside down on my ball cap, mm-hmm. and then you know how I sit, and I don't sit like this homo. Mm-hmm. You've never seen a dude with the Oakley blades on his ball cap sitting like fucking Gavin Newsom sits. It's an impossibility. You could search the internet for 10,000 years. You'd never find a guy with the Oakley blades on top of the ball cap sitting with the deep leg cross. All right, you can get rid of this picture, by the way.
Yeah.
We've seen it.
I was when we were on vacation. My daughter was with me. I went to go buy a new pair of sunglasses, and I was looking at the Oakley blades, the old school, like the Jose Canseco. And I wanted to buy them, and my daughter's like, "You put those on, I'm hightailing it out of here."
Right.
She would not hang. I was like, "Why?" She goes, "Because there's people that are looked at a certain way when they wear those sunglasses." I'm like, "I don't give a shit how I get looked at. I just want cool sunglasses. I want to enjoy. I pay for them. Damn it, I earn these things."
Yeah, Oakley blades, once they make it on top of the ball cap, and if they're upside down, or maybe worn backwards on the ball cap.
I was going to say the guys with the visors that are also backwards and upside down. That's
if
another
you're
one.
wearing the Oakley blades, you voted for Trump.
Yeah.
If you put them on top of your ball cap, you are the head of the MAGA movement, and if you put them backwards on your ball cap, you're in the Klan.
You're in the Illuminati.
You're heading to a Klan meeting. Like that's
Grand Wizard.
But you will never see that deep leg cross.
No, of course we can't because we have a handgun taped to the inside of our thigh. How are we going to be able to cross our legs?
Yes,
it doesn't work that way.
Now, as per usual, I'm just on to stuff early. I was complaining about this shit early. And now when you turn on Jesse Waters, he's referencing all the crosses, the leg cross, and giving them all the names. But let it be known, I was early money on the deep leg cross and what it meant. And by the way, when people go, who cares? Well, there's an answer. The answer is he didn't sit this way 15 years ago. When he was 40, he didn't sit this way. By the way, as a man gets older, the nutsack descends more, becomes greater in size. Sometimes you grow into your dad bod a little. You are less likely to sit that way as you get older. Like a kid can sit in front of TV and sit on their feet. You know what I mean? Like when you're a kid, you could sit and just sit on your feet. When you're old, you can't sit on your fucking feet. Your compression socks will fall apart. So, like, the idea that you're sitting more and more like a kid and a chick as you get older, that's just signaling. That's not comfort.
Yeah. Yeah, progressively, I think maybe, I don't know if I told you this story on air if I was the other day, but I was talking about being at the airport and I saw the guy in the pajama pants with the Crocs and the blankie swinging his arms. And I turned it into a bit. I was doing it this weekend in Las Vegas, and every guy that I talked about it with, I brought it up because there was a guy who was the rodeo was in Las Vegas this weekend, and there was a dude sitting front row, big old cowboy hat on. Dawson, you saw that guy. We chatted with him after the show. He was great, but that guy was a Army sniper. Like big old farm guy, him and his super fun hot wife. They came from Ohio, come to the rodeo, and I'm like, what happened to dudes? Why isn't there more dudes? And he goes, there are in Ohio, there are in Illinois, there are in. We're still out there, man, but nobody wants to listen to us. It's everybody on the coast. It's East Coast, it's West Coast, it's big city, New York, L.A. Nobody wants to look at us, and I'm like, well, finally, people are getting a little bit of a light shown on them.
The rodeo there's two sports where the audience dresses like they may get in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Rodeo, they dress like someone's going to point up there and go, okay, one of the riders is taking an L.
I played pickup
Jim,
hockey with those guys.
Come down here. Get on that bull. Like they dress like they're getting on the bull.
Yep.
That's how rodeo works.
Yep.
The other sport that does that, which is weird,
Women's rugby.
Tennis.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I went and saw the U.S. Open with Kimmel a million years ago in like Flushing Meadows or wherever it was, a train ride from New York or whatever. We were there. We knew Pat O'Brien or something, invited us out, blah, blah, blah. And each stop, people were getting on the train and they're wearing the wristbands and the head thing and the Fila's shorts and the thing and the head, I was like, what is this, players? It's like, no, they're watching. It's like, yeah, okay. You don't have to dress like you're getting in the game. Tree-torn shoes. They dress like they're out there.
Sure.
And I get it. Football fans, put the jersey on or whatever, but they're not pads and a helmet. Rodeo guys dress like they're in the rodeo, and tennis guys dress. And I bet you the tennis guys would make fun of the rodeo guys immediately, but they do the exact same shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the thing about playing pickup hockey in Minnesota. You'd have guys out there, maybe a little older, upper 30s, low 40s, and they just want to get a good skate in. And then there's dudes out there that think that there's a scout from the Minnesota Wild sitting up in the stands at the Richfield rink, just waiting to be like, we could use a winger. Or just up on down to the X. We'll throw some pads on and get you out on the ice tonight. Yeah. So, anyways, if they want to make a documentary about you calling all this stuff early, well, maybe they can do it through Warner Brothers and they can put it on Netflix. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
Okay. Republicans in Congress have warned of potential antitrust problems with Netflix absorbing HBO Max and Warner Brothers content rights. Some members of Congress on Friday deemed Netflix's $82 billion proposed acquisition of Warner Brothers Discovery Studios and streaming unit as an antitrust nightmare. Netflix said the deal would create jobs and give its 300 million subscribers more bang for their buck.
Yeah, I don't think there's an antitrust thing. There's so many platforms and outlets and whatever.
Yeah, you're right. You can sort of segregate all of this content, and I don't know. Sometimes when things get bigger, though, they always say, things like get worse, or the content goes down, the quality of it. Have you watched a lot of the stuff that's out there nowadays? A lot of it's garbage. A lot of it's not worth watching at all.
Yeah, I tend to stick with the docs. I watched a 5-part Scorsese doc. I tend to watch the docs, and I tend to watch the docs, I think, because I don't feel like they're empty calories. I sometimes feel like if I'm just sitting around watching Jingle All the Way, which Rudy and I watch, but if I'm just sitting around kind of binge watching another episode of this show, another episode of that show, and then you sort of check your watch and 3 hours has gone by, I'm the kind of person that I'm not a heavily disciplined person, but I do also feel like you should kind of work a little bit every day. You should work a little bit. Like I don't like the feeling of not working for 5 days in a row. And I don't like the feeling of just vegging out in front of the TV. But if I watch a doc, I go, okay, now I learned something, and then it doesn't feel empty calories to me. And so it's like, the Scorsese stuff is interesting, and then you find out about this and what year he did that, and then you have some reference points, and then you come in, you start talking about it. It's sort of like, well, now it's a write-off because it's my business. So I tend to watch docs.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you the people that are probably the most intelligent people, I think.
Mayors of New York City and L.A.?
And L.A. combined, 30 years. What will they have? Here's one for you, Dawson, or Andrew. By the time you get done with Karen Bass's run, and by the time you get done with Mamdani's run, and you put those two numbers together, we're going to be at like 36 years of horrible, retarded people running these two cities, because, it's 05 to like 27 or something with Bass or something like that, 26, 27, and then Mamdani's going to go for another 4 years or whatever. Anyway, be interesting. Here's the thing. If you show me a person that just goes, I don't like docs, I go, all right, it's going to be a dumb person I want to hang out with. Or I don't like listening to talk radio. I go, okay, dumbo. If you show me a person that will watch docs, but only about shit they like, then that person is smart, but not as smart as the person who will watch a doc on anything. That's the person you want. And if they can watch a doc on something they're not interested in, that's the person you want to be.
Yeah. I don't know if there's ever been a bigger doc that has created more interest in the last probably 2 years than this Puff Daddy documentary that has come out. I don't know if you've seen any of it. I think you and I watched like 15 minutes of it, 20 minutes of it the other night.
Yeah.
But even my mom who is not somebody who would typically, she was more of a East Coast rap fan, not really West Coast.
Yeah, she's Biggie.
Yeah, she was, definitely more Biggie than, Tupac. But even she had called me and asked if I have seen this. And I was like, yeah. So it seems like it's one of those things that, everybody's kind of watching it, but maybe it'll sort of bring people down another direction and go, hey, maybe I could start watching some documentaries and learning about other things besides just my own little bubble.
Also, like talentless as an artist or something. Like I feel like I've been telling people the whole time, like, you remaking Kashmir does not make you a fucking artist. And you know what everyone's number one answer is? I like that song. I go, yeah, I know. You like Kashmir from Led Zeppelin from 20 years before. Yes, me too. Now so what's wrong with sampling? What's wrong with sampling? It's somebody else's song, you fucking idiots. Make up a song or shut the fuck up because he can't do it. Ugh.
Yeah, we had somebody tell us the other night that they go on stage and do some Dave Attell jokes every once in a while. I don't know if Dawson was in the room when it's like, maybe you should not tell people out loud that you do that.
I sample Carlin, so I can't say anything.
Sample. Well, you do sample. It's not
sample
like
Carlin.
Yeah, you pay him exactly what he is owed. His estate.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Right-wing political commentator Tim Pool said that his home was involved in a late-night gunfire attack. In an X-post on Saturday, December 6th, Poole wrote, "Last night, a vehicle approached our property and opened fire." He lives in Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. Detailing that no one was hurt, our security team is reviewing the incident and will be relaying the report to appropriate law enforcement. This is the price we pay for speaking out against evil, Poole concluded on his social media post.
Poole's a real smart guy. He's a very serious guy. Like, I haven't met young dudes who are as serious as he is.
Yeah, I like that he looks like he plays in the band Rise Against. He always wears black. He's got a little bit of a beard. He looks like a rocker. He'd have like the fingerless gloves. He listens to Papa Roach, but he's very smart and intelligent. Yeah.
He listens to Papa Roach.
I'm just saying he's got the look.
Those guys. I mean, I'd interview all those bands on K-Rock back in the day. God, Papa Roach. What happened to them?
Cut my life into pieces.
Oh, yeah, that was them. Well, you see all those bands when they go out.
Constantly. I'm still in the fold. I still got to go out and sit through half that stuff. Yeah, it's awful.
So, all right. So, wait a minute. Remind me. I got to
contact Papa Roach?
No.
Call Jacoby Shaddix?
I invited John from System of a Down to come to the Christmas party.
Oh, nice.
I wanted another member of System of a Down to come as well, but I've forgotten his name. So,
it's not Serge, Darren?
There's one more.
Oh, yeah. The one I can't think of either.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Drummer, right?
No, John's the drummer.
Oh.
I think John's the drummer.
Are you thinking of Shavo?
Oh, God, let's see. Let me see. Which System of a Down? Guys, let's
do.
There's no, it's Shavo. Yeah,
Shavo, yeah.
Shavo.
Yeah.
I gotta invite Shavo.
Oh yeah,
that's who I gotta invite. Okay, sorry. All right, write that down.
Okay, more Papa Roach talk if we could.
I would interview all of these bands. Mean, there were the presidents of the United States of America.
Yeah,
there was Art Alexakis. Of Everclear. I mean, it's just band after band of the Verve Pipe.
Yeah,
all those bands.
Art Alexakis is the epitome, and you talk about this a lot with Jay Moore. Early on, huge douche, go through a little bit of hell, come out the other side, salt of the earth. Art was one of those guys. I remember he came to the Warehouse. It was a venue in La Crosse, Wisconsin when I was working there, and he was impossible to be around. Huge dick to everybody. Met him 20 years later, salted, like shaking hands, giving hugs. Yeah, just a good dude,
Yep. Guys get nicer, women get crazier.
Sure.
That's how it works. All right, you got one more?
I got one more. Let's do it. So, yes, even after Mamdani takes office in the first year, Benjamin Netanyahu will visit New York City. If you remember, Mamdani vowed to have Bibi arrested under an international criminal court warrant for war crimes. Being in a city of international law means looking to uphold international law, and that means upholding the warrants from the International Criminal Court, whether they're from Benjamin Netanyahu or Vladimir Putin.
All right, where's my number, Andrew? This should be I'll do it. 05. When's Karen Bass is out in 27 or 26?
I think 2026
Go
next
on the
year,
computer
right?
machine and do this thing, is what I'm saying, Andrew. Otherwise, it seems dumb because I just yelled it into a mic 10 minutes ago, and then we don't do it. She's 6 or 7, you can tell me.
And New York is
she
29.
is she 6 or 7 though? 14 to 29.
Karen Bass 2026 is when her mayoral term.
All right, write this stuff down. So we go 05 to that. So we got 21 years in LA, and in New York, you can do all this and put it on the screen, or I'll do it, Andrew. You go 14 to 29. Which is 15 years, so it's 36 years. But write it down, Andrew. Okay, 36 years of combined horrible governance in L.A. and New York. All right, we got Benny Netanyahu saying something there.
Let me ask you a separate question. We've long wanted to do one of these interviews in person right here in New York.
By the way,
and I didn't
answer your question, Andrew. I'll come to New York. Okay.
And that was my question. Would you come to New York, given what the mayor has said about arresting you?
Yes, of course I will.
And you will test that? I mean, what is the thought about how that would work?
Well, why don't you wait and see? Yes, I'll come to New York. Okay.
Would you want to talk to him, by the way?
Well, you know, if he changes his mind and says that we have the right to exist, that'll be a good opening for a conversation.
Good. Mamdani. So, you know, these people, they're just like Ilhan Omar and all the Rashida Tlaib and stuff. They're constantly going, no, I got nothing against the fucking Jewish people. And then everything is just against them all the fucking time. And then their heroes are the people that are the fucking terrorists and the Jew killers. That's who they defend them, and they're always attacking the Jews. At some point, you can just go ahead and be anti-Semitic. Like I'll just go ahead and say you don't like them.
Yeah.
Because you are a fan of the group that wants them dead, and that's who you defend. And then the group that is being attacked, the Jews, are the ones you're constantly attacking. So I think I know which way the wind is blowing in terms of how you think and what you're saying. Now, it wouldn't be, listen, I have twins. Boy-girl twins, and if you were around me for a long time and I kept constantly saying what a horrible dope the boy was and how dangerous he was and how he didn't have the right to exist, and then I kept blowing smoke up the girl's ass, after a number of years, when I said to you, oh no, I like them both equally, you could tend to not believe me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And this is the same group that when you say, hey, Somalis, please don't come to my state and make it a shithole. You're more than welcome to come here, but just try to, clean up a little bit. They go, you're a racist.
Right.
How dare you, racist?
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Thursday night, going to be in Fort Lauderdale. That'll be at the Improv. And then Friday, Saturday, they'll be at the Miami Improv, doing 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, and then back to Fort Lauderdale, the Improv again. I have no idea how that works, but that'll be Sunday, December 14th. Go to Carolla.com for all that. New York is 27 years of governance. Did I figure out? Is this stuff I figured all out, Andrew? Yeah. Keep a pad. Since Rudy G. All right, listen, there was an easy assignment. You just take the 2 numbers and then you put them together, and then you have 36 years of that number, which I think I already did. But I'm saying goodbye now, and you're typing numbers into the thing. But I think we already did it. You ready? 5 in L.A. to 26 in L.A. right? That's 21 years. And then New York is 14 to 29, right? That's
15 years.
15 years. And you put those two numbers together, and we get 36 is the number, right? All right. You're counting Bloomberg. Oh, I don't know. Was Bloomberg that bad? Bloomberg was bad. Okay, so now Bloomberg started what year then?
Oh.
Now we got to add to our number, right?
Oof, man.
Bloomberg started in 10 or 02? 02 to 02 to 13. So now it's New York's 02 to 29.
Wow.
Oh, so now they got 27 years, and now we add 27 to our 21. Is that right?
Yeah.
27 to 21. Now we got 48 years of shit.
40 longer than I have been on this planet.
Oh, man. All right, and that's why the two cities have turned to shit, everybody. So let's just get a smart person in there. Let's get Rick Caruso in there, everybody, and we'll solve this. All right, Rudy, what are your plugs?
You can find me this weekend. I'm going to be in Huntsville, Alabama with Jonathan Kite at Levity Live Thursday through Saturday. The following weekend, December 19th and 20th, I will be with you in Las Vegas. And January 16th, I'll be at the Red Carpet in St. Cloud, Minnesota.
So, until next time, it's Adam for Debbie and Rudy saying mahalo.